Hello everyone, let's see how this noble lady shawl was put on hold in this episode. When shelved here, the line of stone carving clouds is used. After pulling out the thread ball, we find the thread end from the middle of the thread ball. From the middle of the thread ball, pull out a little line to find the thread end. After pulling out the thread ball, start to get the needle. When shelving, a 4.0 needle is used. After pulling out the thread ball, start to get the needle. Leave a little thread tip and place the hook needle above the thread tip so that the thread loops around. The wire is hooked out, and the coil on the needle is a locking needle, which fixes the coil. The coil that is hooked is not considered a needle. The hook needle is hooked and the wire is hooked out, and the coil on the needle represents a needle. First, hook 7 lock needles. This is the first needle. The wire is hooked out and the second needle is raised. The third needle. 4, 5, 6, 7. After the 7 lock needles are hooked out, then 4 lock needles are hooked out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Total, it is 11 injections. Then, hook the needle and wind the thread. Count from the first needle in front and from the fourth needle to the needle. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. This needle is picked up on the side of the braid, inserted the needle and twisted the thread out. After the hook is drawn, there are 3 coils on the needle. The winding wire is hooked over the front 2 coils, and there are still 2 coils left. The winding is hooked at one time, and the remaining 2 coils are left. This is a long needle after hooking it out, and then hook 2 lock needles. Give the needle and wind the thread from the front needle, the first needle, insert the needle, and hook a long needle. After 1 long needle is hooked out, hook 4 lock needles. After the 4 locking needles are hooked, hook the needle and wound the thread, then insert the needle from the first needle to hook a long needle. The first round here is completed. When we are hooking, the tightness is appropriate, not too loose, and not too tight. The first round is hooked, and the second round is to first hook 3 lock needles, 3 lock needles, 3 lock needles, reverse the support piece, and reverse it. From the first hole, hook 8 long needles, hook the needle and wrap the thread, insert the needle into this hole, hook 8 long needles. The first 3 lock needles are also considered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a total of 9 needles. Then on this long needle post, there is a long needle hooked into this hole. With this needle, there are a total of 10 needles here. In fact, 9 long needles were hooked. With the 3 lock needles at the front, there are a total of 10 needles. Lock the needles, then wind the wire, enter the needle from the next long needle post, and hook a long needle. After hooking, hook 8 long needles from this hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After the 8 long needles are hooked, hook the needle and twist the thread, and then hook the needle again. In this way, both sides are the same, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 90. There are 10 long needles on this side, and the same end is also true. In addition, the 3 lock needles in the front are also 10 needles. The second round here is completed. Let's hook the third circle. First hook 3 lock needles, and then hook 1 lock needle after the chi needle is hooked. This lock needle is the spaced needle. Flip it and directly distinguish it. Flip it over and hook the needle and wind the thread. From the second needle, the first needle is here. The second needle is here and the thread is hooked out. After hooking a long needle, hook a lock needle, and then go to the next needle mother, and hook a long needle and lock the needle to complete the hook. One long needle, 1 lock needle will repeat, and the same hook will be placed on this needle. After the long needle is hooked, here are 2 lock needles. In front, 1 long needle, 2 lock needles, and 1 long needle. The downward is the position in the middle. When hooking to the position in the middle, 2 lock needles are hooked, and then hook the needle and wrap the thread, and then go to the first long needle on this side, on the needle mother, 1 long needle, and 1 lock needle. Complete the rest of the hook. 1 needle should be hooked, 1 long needle should be hooked, 1 locked needle, and then the next needle mother. The last needle, here, the needle is hooked, and a lock needle is locked, and then in the front hole, hook a long needle. Okay, the first, second, and third circles here are the hooking. The third round of hooking is completed. Count on both sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here are also 10 long needles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's the same here, both sides are the same, so let's check the fourth circle. Before hooking the fourth circle, first hook 3 lock needles, and then hook them. The 2 locking needles are the number of needles spaced apart, and the 3 locking needles in front represent the height of a long needle. Flip the straight piece and flip it over. In the fourth circle, we are cutting the long needle, cutting the needle and winding the thread. From the first long needle in front, we enter the needle from the front and then transmit it to the back. We hook the thread out and hook it twice. Here is a long needle with a long needle on the outer cut. Hook 2 lock needles, cut the needle and wrap the thread, and then enter the needle from the next long needle to the back. Hook a long needle on the outer cut needle. The past rules in this circle were the same, 2 locking needles and 1 cutout needle. Cut to the middle, and the last long needle is normal to hook it. Just insert the needle from the top of the needle and cut a long needle. After cutting, hook 2 lock needles, and on the other side, the first needle here is the same. Hook 1 needle normally for this long needle. The rest of the side came over, and they were cut long needles outside. 2 locking needles and 1 external cutting needle. At the end, there is only 1 long needle at the end, and it is also a long needle at the outer cut. After this needle is hooked, 2 lock needles are hooked. Then hook the needle and wrap the thread, then directly insert the needle from the front hole, and hook a long needle. The number of stitches drawn on both sides is the same, so the fourth circle is completed. The fourth circle is hooked, and the fifth circle is hooked. First hook 3 lock needles to raise the needle. After the 3 lock needles are hooked, then 6 lock needles are hooked. After the 6 lock needles are hooked, flipped over, here. The hole in front of me hooked a short needle from the second hole. After 1 short needle is hooked, 6 lock needles are hooked. Then, space this hole and hook a short needle from the next hole. 6 lock needles, 1 needle is separated, and a short needle is hooked from the next hole. 6 lock needles, 1 needle is separated, and a short needle is hooked from the next hole. 6 locking needles. Here in the middle, the long needle post is on the hook needle. Normally hook a long needle. After 1 long needle is hooked, 2 lock needles are locked. Then on the other side, here the first long needle column, hook a long needle. The hooking system on this side is completed, and there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 locking needles in total. Then come to the other side, 6 lock needles, 1 needle is separated. Hook a short needle from the next hole. 6 lock needles, 1 needle is separated, and a short needle is hooked into the next hole. 6 lock needles, 1 needle is separated, and a short needle is hooked into the next hole. Hook 6 more locking needles. 1 needle is separated and a short needle is hooked into the next hole. Hook 6 more locking needles. Here we hook the needle directly from the big hole in the front and hook a short needle. The 5th circle here is completed, so let's check the 6th circle. First hook 3 lock needles to raise the needle. After the 3 locking needles are hooked up, flip the film. After flipping it, hook 8 long needles from the first hole. After the 8 long needles are hooked, hook a short needle from the second lock pinhole. After the short needle is hooked out, hook 6 lock needles. In the next hole, a short needle is hooked. Hook 6 more locking needles. Then go to the next lock pinhole and hook a short needle. After a short needle is hooked, the needle is wound. Hook 8 long needles from the next lock pinhole. After hooking 8 long needles in this space, they will be placed in the middle. Go to the corresponding needle to hook a long needle. 2 locking needles. The first long needle on this side is greasy and a long needle hooked on it. The hooking method on this side is completed and the other side is the same, both sides are the same. Click from the first lock pinhole. After the 8 long needles are hooked, then insert the needle into the next lock pinhole and hook a short needle. Then hook 6 lock needles. A short needle is hooked into the next lock pinhole. Hook 6 more locking needles. A short needle is hooked into the next lock pinhole. After hooking, first hook 8 long needles from the lock pinhole in the front. After the 8 long needles are hooked, the hook is put on the wire and hooked again. In the hole on the edge, we have hooked 9 long needles. Both sides are the same after being hooked. Okay, the 6th circle here is completed. Come and check the 7th circle. First hook 3 lock needles. The 3 locking needles represent the height of this long needle. Then hook another lock needle. This lock needle is the spaced needle. Then reverse the straight film and reverse it. The hook needle is wound from the second needle. Here is the first needle and the second needle. After inserting the needle, a long needle is hooked, and a lock needle is locked. Then go to the next needle, 1 long needle, 1 lock needle, 1 long needle, and 1 lock needle to hook it. The 8 long needles that were hooked in the previous circle were hooked here. Be sure to remember to hook the needle between long needles. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A total of 9 long needles have been completed. At the end, a lock needle. After a lock needle is hooked, go to the middle of here and inside the 2 lock needle holes that are hooked in the previous circle. Insert the needle from the first hole and hook a short needle first. After 1 short needle is hooked, 6 lock needles are hooked. Go to the second lock needle, insert the needle into the hole, and hook a short needle. After a short needle is hooked, hook a lock needle. Let's go to this long needle, 1 long needle should be the other. A locking needle is spaced in the middle. Then start with the first long needle. 1 long needle, 1 lock needle. The last long needle is hooked on it. The middle space, after the 2 lock needles are hooked. The first long needle from this side, for example, hook a long needle on top. The hooks on both sides are the same. After 1 long needle is hooked, 1 locks the needle. 1 long needle behind and 1 lock needle to repeat. After the last long needle is hooked, 1 locks the needle. Then go to the first lock needle space and hook a short needle. Then hook 6 lock needles. Insert a needle from the next lock needle space and hook a short needle. A lock needle. Let's repeat a long needle and a lock needle. Finally, a long needle is hooked here and a lock needle is completed. Then enter the needle from the lock needle space in front and hook a long needle. The 7th circle here is completed, and then the 8th circle is hooked. First hook 3 lock needles and hook them to remove the needle. Then hook 2 more needles. Here the 2 locking needles are the number of needles spaced apart. After flipping, we have the same hooking method as the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th circles in front, with a long needle on the hook outside. There are 2 locking needles in the middle. Lock the needle and wind the thread, hook it from the first long needle column, and hook it outside to long needles. 2 lock needles and 1 hook needle. After the last needle is completed, a lock needle is hooked here. Here, there is only 1 space for the lock needle. Enter the needle directly from this space, hook a short needle, and after hooking it, lock the needle. Then directly hook the needle and wrap the thread, from the fan-shaped flower in the second group, the first long needle. Insert needles and hook them outside and hook them. 2 lock needles and 1 hook needle. Repeat this set of needles to the last long needle on this side, and directly insert the needle from the needle on the top to hook a long needle. Here, this side turns into the middle, 2 locking needles. Then go to the first long needle on this side, hook 1 long needle and 2 lock needles. The rest is hook, hook long needle. The last one is the outer hook and long needle. After the hook is completed, 1 is the lock needle. Then go to this lock needle space, and hook a short needle and then hook it. Then put the remaining set of fan-shaped flowers aside. 1 outer hook long needle, 2 lock needles. The last one is long needle, 1 is long needle with outer hook, and after the hook is set, 2 lock needles are locked. Then go to the lock needle space in front and directly hook a long needle. The 8th lane here is finished. Okay, the 8th lane is put into place, and we will hook the 9th lane. First hook 3 lock needles to raise the needle. Then hook 6 more locking needles. Flip the straight piece, turn it over, control the hole of the first lock needle and insert the needle through the second hole. Hook a short needle, and after the hook is set, 6 lock needles are locked. 6 locking needles, 1 hole is controlled by the grid, and a short needle is hooked from the next hole. Then hook 6 more locking needles. Control the grid and a short needle from the next hole. 6 locking needles. Control the grid and hook a short needle into the next hole. 6 locking needles. From this side, a needle is inserted into the first hole in the front of this group of fan-shaped flowers. Here is the last stitch. A short needle is hooked into the last hole of this group of fan-shaped flowers. 6 locking needles. Then come to the first group, a short needle is hooked into the first hole. 6 locking needles. Control the grid and hook a short needle. 6 locking needles. 1 needle for control and 1 short needle. 6 locking needles. 1 needle for control and 1 short needle. 6 locking needles. Go to the middle, hook a long needle directly from the needle head of this long needle. After 1 long needle is cut, 2 lock needles are locked. Here, there is a long needle hook on the first long needle. The cutting was completed on this side. The cutting on this side is completed, and there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are a total of 9 pins mobilizations. The same goes for the other side. After the long needle is cut, 6 lock needles. 1 needle for control and 1 short needle. Repeat the 6 locking needles and cut this circle. Finally, after the 6 lock needles are cut, insert the needle from the front lock pinhole. Hook a short needle. The first 9 circle here is finished. After the cutting on this side is completed, the same hole is also the 9 lock needles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The mobilization of 9 pins. Come and check the 10th circle. First hook 3 lock needles, force the needle, and then turn it over. 8 long needles are hooked from the first lock pinhole. It is the same as the previous set of fan-shaped flowers. First hook 8 long needles. 2,468. In addition, the 3 locking needles in the front are a total of 9 needles. After cutting, hook a short needle directly from the next lock needle space. After 1 short needle is cut, 6 lock needles. A short needle in the next lock pinhole. 6 locking needles. A short needle in the next lock pinhole. After cutting, hook this fan-shaped flower. Wire the thread with the needle and hook 8 long needles from this space. When you are stitching here, the set of flower shapes that are now hooked and the set of flower shapes in front are staggered. This group of fan-shaped flowers is in the middle of the previous group of flower shapes. 8 long needles are hooked into this hole. After the 8 long needles are hooked, hook a short needle directly into the next lock pinhole. Then hook 6 lock needles. A short needle in the next lock pinhole. 6 locking needles. A short needle is hooked into the next lock pinhole. Here, the space between the 2 locking needles is hooked between each group of flower shapes. Then go to the next hole and hook 8 long needles directly. After 8 long needles are hooked, go to the middle. From this long needle, hook a long needle. Then 2 locking needles. The first long needle on the other side hooks a long needle. The hooking system is completed on this side. You can see the first group of fan-shaped flowers. We were in the hooking place. The second group here are 2. In the third group, another set was added between these 2 flower shapes. There are 3 flower shapes in this circle. There are 3 already checked here. This side also draws out these 3 sets of flower shapes. First, hook 8 long needles from the first lock pinhole. Then check the spaces for 2 lock needles here. From the middle, 8 long needles are hooked between the 2 sets of flower shapes. 2 sets of lock pinhole grids and then hook 8 long needles into the front hole. There are also 3 groups of flower shapes coming here. Complete this side. Finally, after the 8 long needles are hooked here, hook another long needle. At the bottom, we have 9 long needles. There are 8 long needles in the middle. The 10th circle here is completed. Come and check the 11th circle. First, hook 3 lock needles and psychological needles. Then turn the paper over again. Flip it over. After the 3 lock needles are hooked, hook another lock needle. The lock needle here is the spaced needle. Just use a hook needle to wind the thread. From here is the first needle. From the second needle, hook a long needle. A lock needle. A lock needle. A lock needle. Here is a lock needle to hook. Put the 8 long needles in the previous circle. The hook is completed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Add these 3 locking pins on the edge. There are 9 in total. Only the 2 sides on the edge. Here are 9 needles. The hooks in the middle are all 8 needles. 8 long needles. The cutting is completed here. A lock needle. Then go to the lock pin space in the previous circle. The first space is hooked with a short needle. Then hook 6 lock needles. Go to the second lock pin space. Hook a short needle. A short needle. After the hook is finished, a lock needle. Then to the middle group. Here is a long needle for the fan-shaped flower. A lock needle. Check this group out. These 8 long needles in this group. A lock needle. The ending of the hook is completed. A lock needle. Then go to the lock pin space in the previous group. The first one hooks a short